What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Bitcoin Lunatic. We back with another video. You know what I'm saying? A brother been having some hardships, you know what I'm saying, with flipping this account, but we hit TP today, you know what I'm saying, which is a good thing. Let me refresh that bad boy. So we made 340 today. They paid me 324. So we good. I just want to get the account, you know what I'm saying, to 2K. Once I get it to 2K, I'm going for the gusto. I'm risking 200 per trade to make 600, and the account is going to grow faster. So once it get to 2K, it's going to grow. It's definitely going to grow faster. I mean, I can't control like if I'm going to win or lose, but I'm going to be risking more. So by default, I'm going to be making more. So I want to go over the trade I took today. So today I took a long position on SPS 500, and I based it off of the hourly chart. Some people would have probably looked at this as bearish because we have this big old swing down, and then we have this up, and they probably look for it to go down and take out liquidity below this low or whatever the case may be. But I just knew that that wasn't the case. I was bullish. My whole bias for this week was bullish, essentially. So I wouldn't be looking to take longs. And then we got the this sell side liquidity was taken below here. You know what I'm saying? So we took our sell side liquidity on the hourly chart. So based off of that, I'm like, okay, we're going to take out the opposing liquidity, which is up here. Now, granted, I did not hold my trade. I did not hold my trade all the way up here because, it's not about that. Because if I did, it probably been a fucking 20-1. You know what I'm saying? Because I entered on the 1 minute, but it's not about that. It's just about making money, get my little 3-1, get out. So I believe I did a 2-1 on this trade. I believe I risked 150 and made 320 or whatever the case may be. But let's get into it. Hold on, somebody just text me. Let's see who is this and what it's about. Oh, it's somebody that texted me about trading. All right, bet. So let's get into it. So we took our sell side liquidity on the hourly chart, which is basically there was liquidity resting below this low. We came and took it out. This was not a continuation, you know what I'm saying? Because we broke it, we wigged back in. Look, close right here in the very next candle shot back in that range. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be very hesitant on sales. So we came up, created a high, and then we retraced. I looked at this as a retracement, not a reversal, or not a continuation to go lower. So we did our C2 sweep on the hourly chart. The second candle broke the low of the first candle and closed back within the range of the first candle. So on that third candle, we simply was looking for buys. So on the third candle, as a matter of fact, y'all, this the trade that I took on my prop firm. And then I took 2 trades today. So I took 1 trade on my prop firm, and I took a completely different trade on the live account. So the trade that I took on my prop firm, that's this trade. I'm tripping. So this the trade I took on the prop firm challenge. And then we're going to go over the trade I took on the live account. So boom. So this is basically that third candle on the hourly chart. The second candle was the C2 sweep, and this the third candle. On the third candle, we expecting for it to be expansion to the upside. So and we can expect for it to take out that previous candle's high. So let me see. This is the previous candle's high right here. We got the previous candle's high. We're going to put PCH. And then we got this swing high right here. They got buy side liquidity resting above it. So these are targets, basically. So we go back to the to the 1 minute chart, and we get busy. So you gotta really be, patient. You gotta really have that sniper mentality. A sniper will sit and wait for hours and hours and hours. sometimes they even have to pee on themselves. They have to starve themselves because if they miss that shot, it could end their career. You know what I'm saying? Like snipers in the military and things like that, they waiting on that shot. They may have to wait for days. You know what I'm saying? They may have to wait for hours, but they sit and they wait until they see what they looking for, and then they pull the trigger. So you gotta look at trading the same way. Even though when it's time for me to enter, I don't have to wait that long, but it feels like I'm waiting for a long time, even though I'm not. So third candle open up. All we looking for is a change in state of delivery on the 1 minute after the third candle open. So the third candle open up, by default, we looking for bearish momentum when it first opened up because it's bullish. So you know how it goes is if you look at it by the hour, you know what I'm saying? Let's look at it by the hour. If you look at it by the hour, the candle gonna be bullish. It's gonna have it's gonna open. It's gonna go down, grab liquidity. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna go up. And as you can see, it grabbed liquidity from this gap right here. You see that gap? So it came into the gap, grabbed liquidity, and took off. We waiting for a change in state of delivery. You know what I'm saying? We're waiting for down close candle. So this is when I say I be patiently waiting, this is what I mean. Like, we got this down close candle right here. I draw it out. Did these up close candles come and close above it? Nope. So we created another swing high. We dropping down. Once we dropping down, I go from the swing highs. You know what I'm saying? So we got these down close candles. This down close candles are part of this swing high. So I draw it out. Did price break and close above it? Nope. It broke it. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't close above it. So I'm patiently waiting. Right? We retrace. We hit it, we wick it, and we come down more. So I take this line and I draw it right here. And I draw it out. Did price break and close above that? Yes, it did right here. So when it does this, it's either one or two things you can do. I call this a change in state delivery, or you can call it order block. Tomato. It's two things you could do with as far as your entry. This the entry model, but it's two things you could do as far as like where you gonna press, buy it. You can buy when this candle closes. You can buy like when that candle breaks and closes above those down close candles, you can press buy at the close. You get what I'm saying? And you can put your stops at the low of that candle or the swing low right here. Or you put right here, this swing low right here. Because you're basically expecting for that swing low to hold and not be, tampered with. Number two is you can wait till price come back to that order block or that change in state of delivery price, and then you can buy. So you can buy like when it comes into the price. You get what I'm saying? And you can put your stops either right here at the low of this candle or at that swing low. So me personally, I went long when it closed, and I put my stops at this low. And this right here, this target is the previous candle's high. Boom, that's it, easy money. I believe I did risk I risked like 160 on this trade on accident. So I didn't do a 1 to 3. I'm gonna keep it real. I did a 1 to 2. I'm trying to be 100% transparent with y'all. So I risked 160 and I got out. Boom, got my little 2 to 1. Previous candle high, price came straight into it, wicked it. Boom, retrace. When they retrace, what do you see? What did it retrace to? It came back to these sets of down closed candles before doing what? Expanding and making new highs. You know what I'm saying? And for all the people who want to be technical and all that bullshit, you can just draw from the low to the high. Right? This is equilibrium. Anything under equilibrium. So if you find an order block, a fair value gap, you know what I'm saying? Like right here, you can just expect for price to take off. And like, cause it's oversold, You know what I'm saying? It's time for buyers to come in. And this is one thing that I don't believe I never talked about in my videos. But when I see this, that's how I know like it's golden. And I know you're like, what are you talking about? When you see what? You see how price got this order block right here, and I drew it out, and then you got this fair value gap. You see how they overlapping? They overlapping each other. When price does that, that's like automatic. That's almost like guaranteed it's gonna go in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't trade that, but if I was to, you know what I'm saying, I would know that it would go in my favor. So you could enter for buys soon as it gets to this line. As soon as it gets to that change of state delivery, you can press buy, and you can put your stop loss below these bodies of these candles or at the low. Or if you want to be conservative and you need more like assurance, you can wait until you see another change in state of delivery. But we're gonna write it out as an order block. Basically you want to see price close and price break and close above an order block. So if so it came into the fair value gap and we came up. This so people, you can buy right here, like I said. But for the people who like, man, I just need more. I just can't enter off of that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't trust it, you can simply just wait till a change in state of delivery occurs. So right here, it did not occur. You draw it over to right here. From here, you see these down close candles. You see how price broke and closed above it on that candle right there. Then you can feel safe enough to go long. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't want to go long right at the change in state delivery right here, you can go long right here, and you can put your stops at the low, and you can just aim for a 2-to-1. You get what I'm saying? It's that simple. You don't have to aim for 4-to-1s, 5-to-1s. You just get your money and get out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been teaching myself. Get your 2-to-1s, get your 3-to-1s, and get out. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta go crazy. So this first trade right here. This is the trade I took on the prop firm. So let's go over the trade I took for, actually we right here. As a matter of fact, yeah, okay, cool. The trade I took for this account, this live account where I made the bread, is actually right here. I traded 7 o'clock. Did I trade 7 or did I trade 8? Yeah, 7 o'clock. I traded that 7 o'clock hourly candle. So let's get into it. So we go to the hourly chart, right? And then it's like, I really had to have patience for this, because you finna see why. When you know what you looking for, can't nothing stop you. So look at this hourly chart. You see this? I draw this line over. What's that? Get you an order block. This is an order block right here, right? So we're gonna do order block. Boom. Price broke and closed above the order block. You get what I'm saying? So when it did that, let me make sure I'm doing the right trade. Yeah. So when it did that, boom, we got price broke, closed above the order block. Boom. Then we got this bearish candle right here. So I believe I traded this candle. So we got previous candles high on the hourly chart. Look, we broke and closed above the order block. So we can expect for price to come down into it, or we can expect for price to, like, you can use the previous candle for like entries, bro. Like look, for example, this the open of the previous candle. You could draw that out. You know what I'm saying? Previous candle open. And then you got previous candles low. You get what I'm saying? And you just gotta keep in mind that you bullish. Previous candles low. So if I know I'm bullish, right, because we broke and closed above this order block, when this candle closes on the next candle, I'm looking for buy setups using this candle. This up candle is going to be like reasons why I enter. It's literally that simple. So if I go, so we're going to go back. Let's go back. Okay, here we go. This is why I had to be patient. I really had to be patient on this. So look, price open, right? And as you can see, when it opened, we took our previous candles high. and it started dropping. Now, I did not trade this because when I came to the markets, we was like in this area. Like we was like right here. So I didn't see none of this. I didn't see none of that. I was like right here when I came to the charts and marked it up. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm bullish, but it's doing too much right now. It's basically bearish. It reversed. It broke this low. It broke this high right here, and then it broke this low. When it do that, that's a reversal. When price, you see this high right here, people be like, how you know retracement from a reversal? Nigga, because look, this high and this low, right? Bro, when price breaks a high, right? And then quickly takes out the low that was made after the high. Boom, boom. That's a reversal, bro. I would have seen this as a retracement. You know what I'm saying? I would have drew my high to low. You get what I'm saying? I got my equilibrium. Anything above equilibrium, any fair value gap or order block would basically give me a reason to enter. So you got this fair value gap right here. And I ain't take this trade. I bought. I'm just showing y'all like how I think. You see that? Boom. That fair value gap above equilibrium of this price swing. And then you also have a order block right here. Draw it out. Boom. You see how that shit overlap? You see how the order block overlap with the fair value gap? Meaning like like the order block is inside the fair value. When it's like that, bro, that's automatic. Meaning like when it comes to that line, you can just press sell. Yeah, you know it's gonna work type shit. Like that shit like that shit, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit like fucking unicorn. You know what I'm saying? Unicorn strategy. Fucking whatever you wanna call it. Like that shit like it's gonna work. I don't know how to more say it than that. Like it's almost guaranteed that it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? When it's overlap like that, and you on the right side of the market, meaning like it's bearish type shit, which it is because it reverse. So I didn't take this trade though, but if I did, that would have been easy money. Let's see what that would have got me. Would have went short right here. You can put you see the fair value gap is a 3 candle pattern. 1, 2, 3. You could put your stop loss above the second candle, bro. Like literally right there, and know that it's gonna hold. And then you can aim for, let's say you aim for this level right here, which is that order block on the 1 hour chart. That'll get you a 16-1, and this is a 1 minute chart time frame. So 8:31 to 8:45. You know what I'm saying? You risk 100, you would have made 1,600. Risk 1,000, you would have made 16,000. You get the picture. But I did not take that trade. I took buys. So right here, we came into I seen this big bearish candle. I'm like, bro, I know we bullish. Like I'm still gonna hold my bias in my mind of bullish, bro. All it was doing was coming down to this order block. Look, you see what it say OB at right here that I'm circling. This right here. This is the order block on the higher time frame. On the 1 hour, this that order block, that bearish candle. All it did was come into it, and then look, previous candle open. Look, it swept the previous candle open. And this is the previous candle low right here. So previous candle low, previous candle open. You see how it came to that order block and it swept the previous candle open, but it didn't close. It closed at the order block. So that was a good sign for me. I'm like, okay, here we go. Like let's wait. You know what I'm saying? Let's wait. I got in right here. We did, what did I get in at? Let me see. 9 o'clock. Yeah. Because I didn't get stopped out, so it had to be right here. This one. Yeah. I got in right here. Changing state of delivery. So basically, I had to wait another candle. You know what I'm saying? 9 o'clock. Once 9 o'clock came, I was looking for those, sets of down closed candles to be closed above. This was very choppy, and it didn't close above anyway. So look, you got this down closed candle. It didn't close above before creating this swing high and dropping. You got these down closed candles. It didn't close above. You got these down closed candles. It didn't close above. It just wicked it. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, these sets of down close candles, it closed above. That's why I be saying, like, you gotta wait, bro. Like, you just gotta be patient, you know what I'm saying, and just know that what you looking for gonna pan out. So like I said, you can enter when price comes back down into the order block, you know what I'm saying, change the state of delivery. So it broke it and closed right here. You can wait till it retraces. In my opinion, it don't always do that. It don't always retrace. That's why my whole strategy is like, when it breaks and closes, then I enter. You know what I'm saying? Put your stops at a reasonable place. Like, I'm gonna tell you to stop. Like, with this trade, I'm gonna tell you the stop placements. You can put your stop right here at that low. You could put your stop, for people who are more aggressive, you can put your stop right here at the low of that candle. Them the only two places I'll put my stop, either right here or right here. You know what I'm saying? Reason behind this one is because it's the swing low, you know what I'm saying, of this move. So, you know what I'm saying, like, price shouldn't come back to it. The reason why you can put your stops right here is because price already filled this fair value gap. So it ain't gonna really come back to it. You get what I'm saying? As you can see, it did not. So it's like, you enter right here, you can put your stops right here at the low of that candle and know that it's gonna hold, and know that price not gonna come back to it because it already dipped into that fair value gap and showed bullish momentum. So why the hell would it come back unless it's gonna reverse? So basically, if it comes back to this fair value gap, you should basically be looking to get out anyway, because it's probably finna reverse and continue to make lower lows. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Yep, because I got out like right here. Yep. Got my little 3-to-1 and got out. So basically, this is how the trade pan out. You know what I'm saying? Bought right here, stops right here, came up, almost took out that high right there, but it didn't. It retraced first. You know what I'm saying? And then it came and took out that high. Buy side liquidity, making all-time highs. Price has officially made all-time highs on across the board. US 30. I haven't seen US 30, but I'm pretty sure US 30, NASDAQ, and this is SPS 500. So if it did it on here, I'm pretty sure it did it on the other ones. So let's check out US 30. Oh, nah, US 30 on some bullshit. Let me see. Yeah. Nah, yeah, US 30. It would have to come all the way up here to make all-time highs. So yeah, US 30, it ain't did it yet. But if SPS 500 did it and NASDAQ did it, US 30 gonna do it. See, look. Yep, NASDAQ did it. All-time highs. So honestly, I would honestly be looking to trade US 30 moving forward, because if we took out, all-time highs on SPS 500 and NASDAQ, it got to do it on US 30. They all in sync in some way, shape, or form. It's just that US 30 just been tripping. Look at that. Fair value gap. You get what I'm saying? Man, I see this shit every day, all day, bro. Fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? Internal range buy side liquidity, external range buy side liquidity. It's going to take out that external range buy side liquidity. This is something I could have traded. You know what I'm saying? Bro, look at this shit, bro. If we knew that if we bullish, right? This candle open. You know what I'm saying? We got previous candles low, right? We got previous candles high. You know what I'm saying? Previous candles high. Previous candles low. Then we got the fair value gap. This the daily chart. Okay, so since this is the daily chart, it's gonna be a little different. I didn't know this was daily chart. So if this the daily chart, the entry would have to be on the 1 hour or the 15-minute. You know what I'm saying? So basically, in order to be bullish, since this was a daily fair value gap and these are daily candles, I would simply be looking for price to break and close above a set of down close candles. Simple. On the 15-minute chart. So We bullish. We came into the daily fair value gap. I wouldn't simply buy. You can buy when it come into it. If that's you, that's you. You know what I'm saying? You can go down. I'm pretty sure on the 5 minute. Yep. Look at that. I'm about to say on the 5 minute chart, I know it did it. But if you want to be more confirmative, look at that. Right there. It broke and closed above a set of down closed candles. You could take a long position right there. You could put your stops right here below that, the low of this candle right there. And you can hold it for the previous candle's high, which is right there. You know what I'm saying? Or if you are patient, you can hold it to this external range buy side liquidity, which will basically make the new all-time highs. You know what I'm saying? But for the people who like, you know, if that ain't enough and you like, nah, that 5 minute too small compared to the daily, I mean, you can wait till it does it on the 15 minute. You gonna probably still make money. You just gonna be a little bit, you know, it's gonna be closer to this. So you will basically wait for this. You will basically wait for price to break and close above these sets of down closed candles. You know what I'm saying? And then you would enter for a buy. You and then, you know, do it like that. But for the people who are a little bit more impatient, a little bit more risky, shit, you could just enter right there when it breaks and close above that, what you did right there, and you could just ride it out to the you could just ride it out for a 3-to-1, or you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to do. You can aim for this external range buy side liquidity, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, those are the trades I took today. I took one trade on the prop firm, one trade on the live. I'm just really trying to get this account to 2K. Once I get it to 2K, it's going to be over with. Because it's like, if I can have a good week after I get it to 2K, I can literally make, 600 on Monday, 600 on Tuesday, 600 on Wednesday, 600 on Thursday, 6 to 18, 24. That's 2,400. You know what I'm saying? The account at 2K. You know what I'm saying? That's 4 trading days. I can be at 4,400. That's why I'm like, I can't wait till it get to 2K, because it's like, once it get to 2K, let's say I have a good week, I hit TP on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. Let's just say Friday too. Let's just say best case scenario. You know what I'm saying? I risk $200 to make 600. I hit 600 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's 600 times 5. You know what I'm saying? That's $3,000. So it's like the account is going to be at a flat 5K. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pull it all out. So it's like, that's best case scenario though. That's like, when I get the 2K, best case scenario, like I get one trade a day and I get each one right for a whole week. Best case scenario, I'm gonna be at 5K in 1 week. Like after it gets to 2K. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I might take losses, and I'm ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for the losses, because what is a loss in the grand scheme of the bigger picture? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how many trades I placed this year. I don't know how many trades I placed last year. So it's like, people be so caught up in losses, but it's like, if you bro, how many trades you placing? Like, you placing 2 trades a day, 1 trade a day? Like, how many trades have you placed in the last 3 years? Probably like fucking 6,000. So it's like, you lose 1 trade and you start like, you know, getting in your feelings and wondering like, what's going on? That's like, bro, that's just 1 trade, bro. Like, you done placed 6,000 trades last year. So it's like, why is you stressing on 1? You know what I'm saying? Like, but people don't look at it like that. But that's how I'm starting to look at this shit. I'm like, because I've been losing, but I've been winning too, though. As you can see, we finally starting to see some progress, because I was stuck around that $1,400 to $1,200, you know, to $1,100 mark for a while. But now it's starting to grow. So it's like, and it's because I'm looking at it like, it's just a loss. Like, it ain't 2 months ain't went by, 3 months ain't went by. Like, I have thousands of trades that I have to place like in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just 1 trade compared to all the trades I'm gonna place out my life. So when that 1 trade come that I lose, it's like, it's okay. I feel like the quickest way to get profitable from trading, once you have a strategy, is to act like you not losing even when you do lose. Like, if you lose Monday, when you come into the market Tuesday, do the same thing you did Monday, but don't let what happened Monday affect any of your decision making. Like, do the same strategy, but don't let a previous daily loss that you took, or a losing streak, affect your future decision that you make when you're placing a trade using that same strategy, if that strategy have made you money. And that's how you're going to stay profitable. And it's that simple. With that being said, catch y'all boys tomorrow Friday. We're going to see if we could come in the markets tomorrow and hit TP. You know, if I lose, I just lose $100 on the live account. I lose 300 on the prop. You know what I'm saying? If I win, I make 300, and then the live account gonna be at 1879. So it's like, if I lose, it's gonna be at 1479. I can live with that, bro. I can live with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep managing my risk, and I'm gonna keep following my rules, and I'm gonna watch this account grow. And with that being said, it's your boy Bitcoin Lunatic. I will see y'all on the next video. Hopefully this video was insightful.